Life is not easy to carry on. I know you've been trying so very, very hard, but you got to be strong if you want to survive. To be a rich man, you may be a poor man. We are just the same. One life, one blood. Sometimes it gets so hard for you. You even want to kill yourself. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Oh, oh. Keep on trying. One day, keep on trying. It's gonna be better. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. If you've been suffering for so long and there's nowhere to turn, just take it to the Lord in prayer. He will be on your side, and He's never, never gonna fall. You've been hurt so many times. You've been let down by all your friends. Don't lose your mind. Keep trying. Folks, welcome to another edition right here. Well, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday today happens to be the 28th day within the third month, and it's 2023, and the time check is about 13 minutes on the flip side of 6 o'clock. Wherever you are, I'd like to say good evening and welcome to your number one road safety and traffic program, Traffic Talk. Well, Traffic Talk is a regular feature on the Atlantic Broadcasting Corporation ABC 105.1. It comes on every 6:10 to 6:45, a program that brings you my practices, irregularities within the traffic. And on that form, we also bring under those that are charged with the responsibilities of regulating and putting all those things, mechanisms in place that we can have a free flow of traffic. Yesterday edition we had in studio the chief of traffic, and so for today's edition, after the march there at the SKD, you can tell this, you can sense the sadness within my voice. But however, we'd like to say welcome to another edition. I have in studio my correspondent who today we thought otherwise to talk to you guys and to good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Welcome to Traffic Talk. After all of the correspondence
Thank you.
and correspondent out there, you are finally here with me today to bring analysis to the people just for today.
Thank you.
Okay, your name?
Angela is my name.
Okay, and so we take a breather. We'll come back. We'll bring you straight to the program. As usual, we bring you our team tune that's currently being played. Bring you our safety quotation for the day, driving quotation, so to speak. Safety tip, follow on the flip side of that. The man who should be bringing the correspondent from the street is here today. I'm bringing up this live next to me. And thereafter, we are conscientized because today the traffic will be headed one way from ALW to town and other parts. Now, lots of people that went to the stadium today. And so some are excited, some are frustrated. And, it has to do with football. You know what happens. And so I take a breather and be back, take a break of a song. And when I come back, we go straight into our driving quotation for the day. Stay tuned. Well, she's going to be launching on the 8th of April next month. From the title card of the album, the EP that is, Susu Wodia, Minister Praise right here. We must give God the praise. Though some folks went on the stadium today, we hope everything went well there and they will head home safely as well. So until we talk to you on the flip side for our driving quotation for the day, stay safe. This is our son, Susu Wodia. Time check, 16.5 minutes on the flip side, 6 o'clock, Traffic Talk, right here on ABC Radio. Live from the King's Building in Monrovia, Broader Buchanan Street, this is ABC 104.1. Mili kukwano, come on, sing, come on, sing, yeah. I love ABC Radio. We are here to salute. Oh, salute. Confident keeping goes. I deny myself.
And so after that break with a song, the title called the EB, Susu Wadir, Me Holy Ghost Come, band done in the Global Vernacular there by Minister Praise. And she's going to be launching on the 8th of April. So make your way there at the Power Temple Church in the Duper Road area. And so quickly, let's just bring you our driving quotation for the day. And it said, drive as if every person on the street is your family, especially with the influx of folks on the SKD Sports Stadium today, those that went there to support the Liberian national team. So if you're a driver, knowing that the street is jam-packed with lots of folks, some are frustrated, they are downhouse, please make sure to drive with care. And it said the driver is safer when the roads are dry. As in, today was a happy day. People had lots of expectation, and some went on the lots of things before going to the stadium. So if you are a driver, please make sure to remember that are on the, because people are not within the right sound mind right now. And so let's go straight over to our guy Suleiman Diallo, who got some updates for us as to things that happened within the traffic today at the Suleiman, go ahead. What happened today when we were on your way to work?
Let me say good evening again once more, and thank you very much for having me today in studio.
Right.
Indeed, it's a pleasure. After a couple of weeks being serving as your correspondent,
Not as my correspondent, but traffic talk correspondent.
traffic talk correspondent,
Right.
and today around 2 o'clock.
Yeah. You say you have an update for us, so that's the update right now.
Yes, today around 2 o'clock,
Mm.
while coming from red light, Japanese freeway
Right.
around the
Somalia Drive, the old Somalia Drive, newly constructed Japanese freeway.
yeah the old Somali Road, newly constructed
Japanese freeway.
Japanese freeway,
Right.
Jacob Town to be precise. I understand that there was an accident that involved.
So you are cutting a source that fill it in with the information.
Thank you. There was an accident that involved a tanker carrying fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I think the source is the driver lost control and hit the the traffic light that installed by the government. Unfortunately, the 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 light fell down and some fuel wasted. But thank God, no life was lost according to information gathered so far.
Okay.
And then the community dwellers they began to loot the normally which incident happened. Some communicators,
We'll come and loot the scene.
thank you, they took advantage of the incident that occurred.
But I heard from a reliable source those things are often done on the highway, like places where there are not many people, like on the highway, the main highway, like Banga
Sure.
and other parts.
Even
Has it
sometimes,
been practiced close to Monrovia now?
yes, even last year, 2022,
Okay.
around the Crocker Hill, I was on my way to Kakatamagibi County. There was also an accident that involved a fuel tanker. And at that time, some community dwellers was looting the field because I arrived there and then I spoke with some police officers and I understand that no life was lost at that time. However, the driver got injured and he
Right.
was rushed to the hospital, to the nearby hospital.
Okay.
and it's happening now in a daily basis. I
Okay.
think yesterday we heard what the traffic man was saying from the LNP
Yes, you
department.
follow up closely about the amount of accidents, but we're not
Yes,
here to catalog that today.
yeah, I'm just saying some of the drivers, especially the driver that the big roads,
Hmm.
sometimes they take advantage of the road, and I think that should not happen.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
And then also, I went to Douala today around 3:45,
Okay.
and I find out that these tricycle drivers, the keke drivers per se in our local language in Liberia, they normally take advantage of the road,
Do this unnecessary turns
do unnecessary
within the
turn,
traffic.
stop unnecessary stop, just to look of in search of
Passenger.
passengers. And sometimes you find out that in Douala you find few police officers, and even if they are there, they only focus on one point. And Douala
A very
uh,
congested
is a
area
very
with people
congested
in
area.
cars
People in cars,
and
motorbikes,
vendors,
vendors, people selling. You find out people selling
and
right
even
on the street.
pedestrians going to buy things from the market and other. It's
Sure,
a commercial hub,
it's a commercial
so
hub.
there are lots
Sure,
of people pulling in and out at a given time.
in and out, moving helter skelter, and
Right.
then those tricycle they take unnecessary U-turn around the street, and those people that are selling around the street,
Mm.
sometimes they come right on the road. Even you have your car, your move on to say, sometimes they want to insult you, and then I think that should not be encouraged in our society.
Okay. Well, if you're just tuning, you're listening to the program Traffic Talk right here. Today, we try to host our correspondent, our eyes within the streets, within the traffic, the guy that brings us updates within the traffic. Today, the show takes a different trend. We want to know from you the traffic congestion in your area. And so, quickly, let's just bring you our safety tips, and we will get back to Mr. Suleiman Jallo because he has a word of advice for motorcyclists. All of the motorists, so to speak, be a taxi, keke, and that of our pimping guys. And tomorrow we pay host to the chief of traffic once more. And so obey all traffic rules and signs, meaning when you get to EOW junction coming from the stadium, even if you are so much in a hurry looking for that passenger, please, whenever you see lots of folks, use your discretionary power to slow down and drive slowly. There are so many folks in the streets. Some are upset with the results of the national team today. Some are frustrated, and some are also under the influences of other alcohol and other stuff. So you, as a driver, leave space for others' mistakes. Don't drive under the influence of alcohol and other high-end substances, please. And so those are our traffic safety tips for today. We want to know from you the traffic update within your area. So call us on 0777 105 100 Show about the nature of the city. It's a big soccer match, so all the traffic is headed one way, that is at the SKD Sports Stadium. But yet and still, we have to cautiontize our drivers plying other routes about their safety. And so back to you until we can get calls from people. What would be your advice to this, especially with the Douala area? It's not only in Douala. I see these things happening, Park Up in Junction, Duper Road now with the road reconstruction work. So you see keke guys making parking at the same area. Though the congestion, they still try to make a turn and all of that. You are always in the few. You are my eyes within the few. You see things that I don't see. I receive secondhand information from you, but you are the eyes there. What would be your advice to drivers listening yesterday to the chief of traffic? You listened to the sadness within his voice about these things happening, the accidents, instances, injuries, car accidents. What would be your advice
And
to our most out there to be cautious things that they do?
before coming to the or before giving advice,
Mm,
you made mention of the traffic to Pakapin Junction.
right.
Pakapin Junction have been rerouted
Yeah.
due to the road construction.
There has been a detour.
Yeah, at around 12:45, I was at that end, and I observed that the rerouting is causing a huge traffic
Yeah,
around
but it's
at
development. We all have
at
to make
the
some
Clinic
things.
Junction. There's a hospital around the Clinic called
Soiree.
Soiree clinic. I was at that end. I was riding a motorbike. You to surprise to know that I was forced to get on from the motorbike and walk by feet
Because there was a traffic.
because of the traffic at that time.
Even bikes.
And then something come in my mind. Here's a clinic. So in case a big bella brought here, or they're about to bring somebody here who is about to who want to deliver or who needs emergency attention, and no way for an ambulance to get access to the clinic,
Mm.
that brought attention to me. And then
But when the ambulance is using his or his serene, I
mm,
think people will make way because drivers are in the know that ambulances escort has his preference, first preference on the road.
sure, sure, but from what I observed at that, I was on a motorbike, but I couldn't make it. I was forced to get on from the motorbike and walk by feet. And I think,
Taking into consideration that is a community feeder road,
sure,
not a main lane. It's just used as a detour point for
as
cars to at least use another lane to
yeah,
get on the road. So
which
drivers need to be responsible when they get there.
yeah,
The thing
and
is, I think I use that route. The reason is, the problem is everybody wants to be in the right in the right.
and the right, true,
Everybody wants to be first. Everybody feel they have the right. And I think with the development coming in right now, they have to what? Make some amends within the driving skills and other stuff. Like, okay, yes, even if I have the right, this is a community feeder road. Then my friend go on. But you have some information you want to share with us
sure. And also
before your advice.
the traffic also to EGS complex is a usual traffic, especially in the
Yes.
working hours. Because yes, on Sunday I come to town, go back. There's a free flow of traffic. You can't find no traffic, and then sometimes most of these motorbike riders, they fail
Mm.
to exercise patience, and I think it is very very much important for them to do that. And then you, from the quotation to they were using,
Hmm.
that says every driver should drive as if all the person on the street are their families,
Families, right?
and
Even riders.
even riders. But sometimes you find out that when a driver is about to give a credence or a chance
So
to
people to cross the road, the motorcyclists get angry.
get angry and even
Why is it so?
start to insult, you think like your park get road, and then it shouldn't be like that. Even if my park get road, I'll not allow somebody to use it, or even that if I'm allowing somebody to use it,
Mm.
uh, is based on connect. The road is government owned property, and as a citizen or a resident, all of us can use it at our will. We should not take advantage of it to say because I'm riding a car or a tricycle.
Okay, so what's the information you have there before you want to list today?
Then the other information again is the bridge to the Providence Island
Well, that bridge was spoken about by the chief of traffic. Is
yesterday.
the public safety the public safety man charged with the responsibility. Mr. Sai said that is the police strategy that they took off one iron to regulate the traffic in the morning to town and in the evening out of town. So that is something their strategy used to regulate traffic. So I don't think we are in authority to speak about that now.
Sure. Okay, then my advice is this: every driver or rider on the street should always exercise patience, because if you rush, you know, one time I was riding a car, then the man told me, say, young man, let me advise you today. It is better to reach late
Mm,
than to be early damaged.
right.
And I think every driver or rider should take this as a quotation, as an advice every day before you get on the street.
Okay. We take a breather on today's edition. And when we come back, we'll entertain your calls. 0555 105 100, 100. Those are the numbers that put you through on the program Traffic Talk right here on ABC Radio 105.1. Tell us the traffic update either in your area, happenings up in the traffic you care about to share with us here. My practices, irregularities. And for tomorrow edition, we will be interviewing some guys posted at various traffic points to know the difficulties they go through. I'm talking about the officers and also some street vendors. We'll take a break and be back with our team song. And we'll come back, we'll go to your lines. Remember always to slow down when approaching an intersection. Reason is because pedestrian wants from one point to another. Another motor vehicle wants to leave from one lane to another. So if you are going a haste, there will be an accident. So always learn to slow down at every intersection as a driver. Once you are a motorist. 26 minutes coming up to we have 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is our news. And at 6:45 this evening, this program and this edition comes to an end. And so wherever you are and however you're listening, this is the Traffic Talk program. Tell us, what's the traffic congestion, mild practices or irregularities within your area that you've noticed? Bring us up to speed. There are lots of cases of accidents across the length and breadth of this country. We need responsible drivers and riders. And so this program brings you to your consciousness as a driver and a rider that your life is important and that of the life of your passenger and pedestrian. And so, Slimmer, I was asking you prior to us taking this breather. You've been a correspondent. You've been reporting from on the scenes of traffic congestions, accidents, and all that. Okay, we had a caller right here. Hey, good evening. Good evening. Your name and where you calling from? Okay, Loretta, you live on the ABC radio and the program is Traffic Talk. Do you have an update for us? What's happening? You live on Traffic Talk?
These Chicago guys drive around recklessly. They will strip our car, listen. They don't even observe the rules in the traffic. If you want to park a parking lot, if you are getting on the road, a single line, they break nothing. They just cross in between. If you're not careful, you need not hit them.
Right.
Some of us, we are very driving to give up hard time on the traffic. One of my cars because of the tricycle.
Mm.
I read it for the government from my for this tricycle guys. They give it all hard time on the tricycle.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I hope our Assistant Commissioner of Police, Chief of Traffic, and the public safety guys are listening. They always follow this program. What they are trying to put in a mechanism that they can have a workshop for these guys because it's becoming a usual habit of these guys doing things and always disrupting traffic. But thank you so much for your concern, and we will take that into consideration. Thank you so much. 0555-15100, 0777-15100. Tell us the irregularities that you've noticed within the traffic. Believe you me, this program is listened to by the public safety department, the traffic department, those having the authority to regularize things in the traffic. They always listen to the social. Whatever they see report, the rightful with TQ. I guess you listened to that. She just talked about the tricycle guys, as we refer to them as keke guys, right? This behavior pattern of them doing this regular riding because they don't drive, they're riders, right? These regular ridings and unusual U-turns within the traffic or in the quest of what? Passengers for quick report money is becoming unbecoming, and they do things that when you go and they hit your car, script your car, and then you become the victim, and also they attacked you.
Sure.
So we hope the referee authorities are listening. But you're trying to give your advice prior to this caller.
Yeah, my advice that I give to all drivers and riders on the street that let
Especially the tricycle guys that
especially
illegally turn.
the tricycles, those guys, they normally take advantage of themselves, sometimes feeling that if they don't violate, because that's a total violation of the traffic rules. If they feel like if they don't violate, they will not get what they will report for the
Not
day.
really violence. I think it's the quest of making that extra cash for
Extra
report.
cash, and which is very, very, very wrong.
Right. So
And
they're competing against one another for
sure,
who goes faster.
sure, who goes faster? Even if you listen yesterday to
The accident report from the
the
chief of
accident
traffic,
report,
right?
you find out that every day and then this tricycle involved in an
A lot of
accident.
accident.
Every day and then most of them, they don't seems to be responsible if I can use that
to accept the wrong.
to accept the wrong. And
Right. They always feel they are in the right.
the other day I was lecturing with one tricycle driver. He said, "My brother, listen. If you don't violate here as Africa, if you don't violate, sometimes you'll not get what you
So we
want."
want to violate on the continent, but when we go in the diaspora, we conform to the rules and regulations of the West.
The rules and regulations
And then
of
we
the
say the
West
people's system is unique.
is unique,
Tell me
while
back
not
home, then we
respecting
can apply
ours.
that here, right? Okay. 0555 We got limited time to be here. And so if you're out there wanting to be a part of this program, call us on 0777 105 100 and 0555 on the program Traffic Talk. So now that you're here, looking at we listened yesterday, you were not really into the program, but you listened. You were part of the program, but another form, right? You listened to the chief of traffic talk about a lot of things. He talked about accidents on the highways, accidents within areas. You know what I mean? So, what do you think that drivers needs to do differently, and the Liberian National Police, Public Safety Department, and Traffic Department needs to do differently to at least not to curtail accident, because accidents within the traffic is something inevitable, right? But at least to minimize those happenings. What we need to do differently?
Well, and I think the thing we need to do differently has to do, first of all, the issue of issuing license to drivers.
He touched about that
Before a
yesterday.
driver is issuing a driving license, I think it is very, very important for that driver to go under thorough training and scrutiny and education.
Mm,
And secondly, the drivers must know that life, there's no spare life in the market.
okay.
And secondly, thirdly, we should take responsibility of ourselves,
Mm.
take responsibility of our vehicles,
And
because
others plying the street
and
that
others
includes
plying the street.
pedestrians.
And today our quotation talks about that
Right.
as a driver you should drive as
Every
everyone
person on the road, be it
is
in a car or pedestrian, is your
is
family.
your family. And I think if only and if drivers take into consideration of these,
That.
that these things, or people on the street are their family,
Mm.
nobody want to lose their family.
Right. Because
Nobody
take for instance in the event where you hit somebody and then you rush up the car, see it's a cousin.
is a
How do
cousin.
you reconcile that?
You feel very bad,
Right.
very bad. And then
Right.
drivers should always learn to exercise patience.
Right. The quest for success is always something that we all want, but sometimes because he that induced patience is a conqueror. Patience is the greatest virtue within life. If you don't have patience, you cannot be successful.
At all.
You understand that,
uh, I agree
and you
with you.
concur with me.
I agree.
Right. So to our drivers out there, because of time, today the streets are so jam packed. People are leaving from the stadium, headed back to town and other parts. Please make sure to preserve a life. Drive safely, drive with care. Life is so sweet. Take for instance, you go and bang a little kid and you find out it's your auntie's daughter. And your auntie is weeping because you have taken the life of her only because you were so much in haste. Speed thrills, you know that, but it kills. It's an exciting thing to do to run the car, right? Yeah, you want to see the speed, you want to know, oh, come on. Do these things on the highway and do them with the spike of the matter that you will remember the fact that you know your limits. Everything has a limit. You want to run, but set a limit to everything. You know, if you don't set limits, you go above everything, you cause problems. So time is not really now. So let's quickly recap our driving quotation. Drive as if every person on the streets is your family. The driver is safer when the roads are dry, and the roads are safer when the driver is sober. In its soberness, you cause mayhem and accidents. So please make sure to preserve a life, drive with care. Speed is exciting, especially when your car is intact. Yeah. Never use the turn lane. It's nothing called turn lane, it's the opposite lane. It's a violation of the law. It is a violation. You heard the traffic guys in studio, Mr. Fergie said that. And the chief of public safety said that there's nothing like the third lane. It's an opposite lane for other cars coming from the right. from town or leaving towards town. So final words from you before I take leave because of time. We have to go for commercial commitment right after this. So final words from you, and the next time you'll be in the field reporting to us on lots of happenings within the field.
All right, my final word today, and I only want to conscientize our brothers today at the Painesville end, precisely to the Samuel Kendo Sport Complex. We
Yeah,
know,
those coming from the stadium, right?
sure, and then today,
With that anger.
without anger and worried, because sometimes today some
People
people
have
are,
expectations.
some people are in worry today,
Right. Sad, not worry. It's already done. They are
very
sad.
sad,
They are
but
disappointed.
disappointed to the fact that we were expecting today Liberia could qualify
Right.
for the AFCON after minimum of 22 years.
Right.
Unfortunately, this result, however, is a game.
Yeah, it's football.
It's football. Anything can happen. So
Right.
we wish Lone Star best of luck next time.
Okay.
So I advise everyone should be careful today on the street.
Okay. And to my drivers, motorcyclists, pimping guys, I say drive with care. Life is so sweet and precious. Take care of yourself, which is the first law of nature. Until we talk to you guys willing tomorrow, at which time Suleiman Jallo will be in the fields giving us updates. My name is Martin Richard Fagans, alongside
Suleiman Jallo.
on behalf of Traffic Talk and the management of the Atlanta Broadcasting Corporation, ABC Radio. We talk to you tomorrow evening at 6:10. Goodbye. Stay safe.